hear me, friend? On the block, we began. Take it to all the world with internet.
You know, I mean, there are definitely political differences between the two groups. It's the same way with, and I'm not going to pretend that I've been there. You know, I haven't been to these places, but I have studied them. And I do know that if you are amongst the faith, you know that Sunnis and Shias don't get along. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Pakistanis and Afghanistan don't get along. You know what I mean? And you know that they have different tribes and cultures around them. You know, and essentially it's all the same thing. Malaysians, you know what I mean? Sometimes they don't get along with the Orthodox Muslims. You know what I mean? You talk about the Uyghurs in China. Like, the thing about it is each and every people have their own vine and fig tree, but us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own faith and their own ideology, but us. And that's not unity. You know what I'm saying? Uniformity does not always equal unity. Sometimes it means the exact opposite. And I think that's what we have to understand as a people. You know, I mean, I don't see, once again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with practicing Christianity, or if you're practicing Buddhism, or if whatever you're doing. But at the end of the day, when we understand the science behind it, it's all the same. And of course, it's going to take the shape of the culture that it's incepted in. We should expect that. We can't expect to be somebody that we're not. We can't expect to be people from Iraq and all that just because we practice this, which was really widespread. You know what I mean? It was really widespread. And even people from Arabia will tell you that. They'll tell you that, you know, the vast majority of the Ummah, the vast majority of Muslims are not Arabic. You know what I mean? They have their cultural customs, you know what I'm saying? And they're probably the most widely known. They're probably the most widely accepted. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're the only ones that exist. And we have to acknowledge the teachers that came to us. We have to acknowledge the people that came to us. Because when we don't, I think we find that our faith and our love become directed to another people. And that's not good for either side. Just to be real, just to be honest. That's not good for either side. We can't be like, well, I'm only going to believe it if it's written in Arabic and you've spoken English your whole life. That's not a good way to be connected with your religion. You know?
Well, I mean,